There are a lot of brothers in relationships, and what they're saying to themselves is, like, I love this woman I'm with, man, but she just won't, like, there are certain things I want to get from her. There are certain, there's a certain demeanor I want from her. There's a certain level of femininity that I want from her. And she just can't seem to figure it out, right? At the same time, there are a lot of women that are saying, you know what? I love this man. Like, I want to be with this man for the remainder of my days. But there are certain elements about him that just can't seem to tap into the deepest part of me to make me move in a certain energy, right? But today we need to talk about the what, the why, and the wins of submission, man. Because I'm telling you, just not understanding the inner workings of a woman, not understanding the inner workings of ourselves, man, it is keeping us in the dark on having, a lot of successful and healthy relationships. Last night I was part of the honored. I was honored to be on the Authentic Joe show with my sister in the game, Jolena, out of St. Louis. And we were talking about, several aspects of relationships, but we really honed in on submission. If you weren't on that live last night, man, definitely go check this live out. I'll leave a link. Go subscribe to her channel. She's gonna have she has a phenomenal channel, man. That's gonna be growing very fast in the future, man. Phenomenal channel, man. But brothers, the what, the why, and the when. Now, I made a video about this several months ago, maybe even a year or so ago, about submission. And I remember one of the first things I did when I started the conversation was I stopped using the word submission and I started to use the word cater. And I use the word cater because, sometimes when you say the word submission, a lot of modern day women, they automatically close the door. They automatically vote themselves off the island and they're done talking. So I said, let's use the word cater. And I believe more women were open to having that conversation, man. Very good dialogue in the comment section. But the more I think about it, the more I've evolved as a man. I'm understanding that word doesn't really fit the bill anymore, because a woman can cater to a man and still not submit. A woman can cater to a man and still not submit to him. I believe before we even have this conversation, man, we have to focus on the what. In other words, what does it mean for a woman to be submissive? What is a submissive woman, right? And to be honest, man, I think to even have this conversation, brother, you have to understand that a submissive woman is only for a purpose-driven man. I'm gonna say it again. A submissive woman is only for a purpose-driven man. And I'll tell you why. And this is going to help me define what it means to be submissive, brothers. But when you talk about a man, coming out of the nest and he's trying to find his own way in the world, he's trying to find his career or whatever he's doing, like up until the point a man ties into his purpose at some point, up until he taps into his purpose and start walking in his I am, really he has no place for submissive. He has no place for a woman, period. I always say a man needs to know who he is and where he's going. Until a man knows those two things and are moving in that direction, it's not until then when a man says, you know what, now I understand that I have a place in my life for a woman. And I'm speaking from experience. And what I'm not saying is that men don't desire women. Of course, going up through our 20s, 30s, or whatever age, man, all of us are attracted and desiring women and even dating women. But brother, I'm gonna tell you this. It wasn't until I was 40 plus years old. It wasn't until I tied into my purpose. It wasn't until I tied into my purpose and I was on my mission to say, you know what? Now I have a spot for a woman. Now I have a role for a woman to play. Now I need a helpmate in my life. It wasn't until that point until I understood what a submissive woman was supposed to be, right? So to define it, man, this is what a submissive woman is. A submissive woman is a woman that comes into a man's life and says, you know what? Okay, I see who you are. I see where you're going. I see your morals. I see your values. I see your belief system. I see how much faith you have. I see what you believe in. I see your walk. I see what you want your final destination to be. I see the way you want your kids to be raised and treated. I see the way you move financially. I see the way you move as far as your health consciousness. I see the way you move as far as expanding your spiritual territory. I see all those things, and I want to walk with you. I'm signing up for your program. That's what it means to submit. That's what it means for a woman to submit to a man and say, you know what? I see who you are, where you're going, and I am on board. All in, 10 toes down. And that's why I say that a woman can cater to a man and still not submit to him. A woman can come in your life, man, and cook you meals and do all these things and clean and do whatever you want her to do. Help you with the business and still not be fully submitted. And that's the problem a lot of men are having. They're saying, you know what? I love this woman. This woman is an asset to me. But for some reason, I can't fully move on my mission but there's some conflict. Like if anybody inside that circle is not fully on that mission, but there's going to be some pull. So that's what it means for a woman to submit. So then you have to ask yourself, why? Like why does a woman submit? And to be honest, what I'm really saying is, what is she submitting to? What is a woman submitting to? I'm gonna tell you this, brothers, and this is where a lot of brothers drop the ball. And when I say a lot of brothers, I am a lot of brothers. There was a point in my time in my life, man, where I didn't really understood what it was a woman was supposed to submit to. Because what a lot of brothers will do, we've subscribed to the idea that it's external factors that makes a woman submit. That it's our bag, that it's our muscles, that it's anything outside of us is what a woman is submitting to. For example, once a man, you know, kind of finds his way in life, finds his career, and he's making a little money, he can go out and buy him a newer car, go out and buy him a nicer apartment. And now he's interacting with women, you know, with a little bit more confidence. Most men will lead with their bag because they think that's what a woman is. They think that's what's going to make a woman, you know, subscribe for his team. A woman is not going to submit to you, brothers, because of your bag. I'm going to say it again. A woman is not going to submit to you because of your bag. Now, she may be drawn to you. She may be down to go on several trips with you. She may be down to go on a shopping sprees with you. She may even be willing to move in that nice apartment or that new home with you. Go and buy that new car with you. But that doesn't mean she's going to submit to you, because that's not what women submit to. You know what I'm saying? Women aren't submitting to the dollar bill. You know, you might think it's your muscle. You know, you've been in the gym for years, man. You gunned up, you six pack. Women are hella attracted to that. That may put you in position, man, to get a lot of women on your team. They may put you in position, man, to get a lot of women that want to get in the sheets with you, man. Women are hella attracted to a brother that's gunned up and sixed up, brother. Facts. But when you get these women in your life, man, and you're like, you know what? Okay, now it's time for me to move forward. Now I'm trying to go, you know, full in, gung-ho to continue on my mission. But now this woman is causing resistance. Like, you telling me all these women want me and none of them fit the bill to go forward? It's because she can't submit to that. She can be attracted and drawn to these external factors, brothers, but she can't submit to that. In order to get a woman in that energy, in order to attract the woman, in order to have that discernment to even choose the right woman, you have to understand what she's submitting to, brothers. What she's submitting to is your masculinity. What she's submitting to is that God power within you. And I say it like that because, to be honest, she's not even submitting to you. She's submitting to that thing in you. She's submitting to that source in you, brothers. And what that does, man, is it taps into the deepest level of her femininity. It taps into the deepest level of her God power. I know last night we were talking about this, and the topic came up of, you know, like why a lot of women think, you know, or feel a certain way about submission. And I said that it's not that women have to learn to be submissive. They really just have to unlearn what's been taught. See, man, a lot of women get on the ground, man, and they hear this boss chick. They hear all this, you know, a man must make six figures. A man must be able to buy me They hear all that talk and it begins to become their truth. But I'm gonna tell you this, bro. When you walk in that I am, when you walk into that in your purpose, when you lead with your God power, I'm gonna tell you, brother, it's going to tap into the deepest level of a woman. It's going to tap into the deepest level of a woman, and this is what you want, because this is how you know, bro. You want that woman to be so connected to that thing that's inside of you that what you have on the outside is irrelevant, because you can get the bag and lose it. You can get the job, you can get the income, you can get the muscles, you can get all these external factors, man, and lose it. And if a woman is drawn to you because of these things, then once they're gone, that woman is gone. But once that woman is tied to your God power, brother, she knows the deepest part of you. All those external factors, man, are just waves of life, or just external factors of life, or just, like I say, icing on the cake if they come. I'm telling you, bro, masculinity, your God power. That's the why. That's what she's submitting to. And it hurts me when I see, and this is the thing. If a man gets certain external factors, whether it's money, whether it's muscle, and a million other things, if he gets these external factors before understanding what it is a woman is attracted to, it's a chance, man, he may never really understand. Because it's almost, and I say this speaking from experience, brother. There was a point in time where I said, you know what? Once I got this certain kind of crib, once I got this certain kind of vehicle, and once I started moving a certain way, I said, I fully understand now that women are going to want to be with me for the long haul. Women are going to want to be my wives. Women are going to be coming from miles away to one. Brother, those things draw women in. But it wasn't until I separated myself. And it wasn't until I'll be honest, it wasn't until I hit a low spurt, man, and understood that truest part of me was still there. And women were still attracting me when I had nothing. That's when I understood. I said, this is what they want. They want that God energy, man. So you really have to understand the why. You really have to understand what women are drawn to, brother. And I'm telling you that. I'm telling you this. When you understand that, it changes the whole game. It changes your whole understanding on the dynamic of men and women. It'll never be the same. It'll never be the same. Like I say, the shiny belts and the big cars and cribs are nice, bro. But they're icing on the cake. If you're using those things to draw a woman in, brother, you're taking an L. You're taking an L before you even know it, man. So I want to talk about the when. When does a woman submit, man? And the thing is this, man. A submissive woman, in my opinion, a submissive woman has no ability to cut that switch on and off. In other words, if she's a submissive type, energy living type woman, she can't not be that. Same thing for a man. If a man is I'll use the word righteous man, and he moves in a righteous manner, he's doing things in a righteous way, he really doesn't have the ability to cut that on and off when he's with a woman. In other words, if he's a responsible, dependable man, from day one, him meeting a woman, he's going to be that. He's going to move in that energy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be the type guy that, you know, just so to speak, that keeps the trash out and makes sure home is protected and makes sure things are a certain way. He won't be able to cut that energy off. So going back to a woman, when does a woman submit? A woman submits instantly. She moves in a submissive manner from day one because that's who she is. Now, having said that, this is where people need to be cautious. And again, this is where we really went in heavy last night. I think that and I'm really speaking to from the mindset of what a woman would experience, because a lot of women are talking about not moving in this energy, or wait till a man put a ring on it before you do X, Y, Z. A woman that's talking that, brother, is not a submissive woman. A woman that's saying, you know what, I'm not doing X, Y, Z until you put a ring on it. Let's keep it 100. Like, I'm not saying that a woman should be giving up her body from day one. But I'm saying a woman coming into your life and saying, you know what, I see how you move, and my objective is not to cause static here, but to either agree with what you're doing or not. So when it comes to a woman being submissive, or people being submissive, it's about always walking in that energy. But the thing is, what we have to learn to do is identify and have discernment In other words, if a woman is coming into a man's life and she's fully submitting off the rip, as soon as she sees that he's not the person to fit that bill, she needs to be out. That's where the error comes in. It's not that people should wait to become submissive after a year, after 2 years, after whatever, after we get married. A real submissive person is day one. Just like us brothers, man, if we're walking in a righteous manner, when we're moving in our energy and you bring a woman on your team or you're trying to, quote unquote, court her to see if she can fit the bill, if she isn't showing those submissive qualities from jump, brother, you shouldn't be dating her no 3, 6, 9 months. 1, 2, 3 conversations. You picked it up, brother, you're out. You don't have time to be offering your righteousness or the way you walk to a woman is undeserving. So I'll say the same thing to my sisters. If y'all are coming to a man's life in a submissive manner and you want to be a wife and you're doing all these things, then you have to understand that, hey, you know what? If he isn't showing those qualities, it's time to end that situation. So to answer that question, when is someone submissive? From day one. A real submissive or a righteous person, they have no ability to cut that off because it's who they are, man. It's who they are. This in many conversations, brother, we really have to start having these conversations because what you don't want to end up being is an Adam, right? And when I say you don't want to end up being an Adam, what I'm saying is you don't want to be one of these brothers, man, that are getting on the tube or the gram or just chopping it up with brothers at the water cooler at work. You don't want to be one of these brothers that are saying, oh man, like all women are like this. Or all women move in this certain type manner, bro. Because kind of like when I say like Adam, man, kind of like when brother Adam was in the Garden of Eden and the Most High came back and Adam was saying, it's this woman. Like life is screwed up because this woman you sent me. Brother, if we're meant to be leaders, then we have to start speaking and acting and conducting ourselves as leaders. If women aren't submissive, we have to say, you know what? Apparently there has to be something inside of us. Like if a woman isn't, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. That's not even a conversation a man should be having. The brothers that I fellowship with, the brothers of the circle, or brothers that I'm close to, that's not even a conversation. Like a woman is not submitting. Like that's not even a conversation because a lot of people say this. A lot of people will say, well, since she won't submit, it causes conflict in the relationship. It's like conflict for who? Because if you're moving in your own energy, the only conflict should be with her within herself. Because you're moving in your direction. Like what are you talking about? So really, brother, it's all about us walking in our I am. It's all about us knowing who we are, about knowing where we're going, about having our mission, about having our foundation set, man. And I'm telling you on everything I know, man.